Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. Right now, a lot of stuff is going on in the crypto markets. I want to give you guys a good little rundown of everything that I've found out, everything that I've been thinking about, and everything that you need to know. So first of all, if you're worried about why crypto is falling, long story short, it's stocks. Literally, it's stocks. There's no other way about it. It's stocks. So stocks basically fell from about the 5th up till right now. It's been falling quite rapidly. And every single time that it happens, crypto falls as well. Now, why are stocks falling? Fed, China, and a couple other small things you can think of. But mostly because of the Fed and the inflation, and partially because of China's new measures, China's new thoughts and whatnot. I've covered that all in the previous video. Now, where do we think that crypto will go from here? I think it's going to follow along with the S&P. So if the S&P gets some relief going and is building new all-time highs, it's going to go towards 5,000 bucks. Most likely, crypto will just flourish yet again. But as long as the S&P keeps going lower, crypto could go on that little course as well. Now, do I think crypto can move on its own? Bitcoin, basically, yes. Right now, we can see a head and shoulder pattern in the prices. I don't think it will be validated, though, depending on where we actually end off on the week. As I talked about it before, right? This is the weekly for Bitcoin. And right now is looking really bad. It's actually looking like we're going to build a lower low, and that is a bearish sign. It's literally a bear run type of sign. It's not good. However, we can recover. And all we need to do to recover is to end this week, and we still have a little bit of time, above $43,000. If we close this week above $43,000, we're good. Specifically 43.2 thousand, but that's going to be fine. Just $43,000 plus. And as I said before, we kind of did not want to hit the 40.6K mark, but we already did. And so there's no saving that Bitcoin is in a really negative position from some perspective. And that perspective is the fact that, and I'm holding my laptop in a strange and awkward manner, I basically have hit these prices just now. We have hit them. Right now, it's all about closing. You know, where we're going to end off the next couple of days, where we're going to close. We have touched some really negative prices. We're not really in a good spot right now. Then again, because it's following stocks so closely, I do believe it'll just reverse without that much of a hassle. And so if we're talking medium term, longer term, whatever, I think we're just going to go back up pretty rapidly and not have too much trouble. Then again, our efforts and our thoughts from the last couple of days of a relief rally, basically, and for people to get some enthusiasm and whatnot back in and go along and whatnot, it didn't really flourish, didn't really do too well. The prices kept going down lower and lower, and it's hard to say where we're going to bottom out. I would say, again, we should not go lower than 40,000 bucks purely because that's our last line of defense. The majority of crypto guys were saying 41K, but as I said before, 40.5, we hit 40.6 was our most major support. It's kind of funny how it came right along that line. Let's see here. The lowest point, or I guess I should say the closing point right there, it's about 40.7. Yes, it's about between 40.5 and 40.7. That we kind of wanted to get into. Here's the open. It's about 40.7, yeah. But you guys get my drift, right? You guys get my drift. The lowest point that we got to here was 39.6. I don't think that's too relevant because it's actually below the $40,000 mark anyway. But long story short, a lot of people have been asking me this. It's really been crazy. There's so much fear. We're not going short just quite yet. If you wanted to go short, you should have done that when I told you guys about the short opportunity. Right now, it's a waiting period where I'm doing two things. One, I'm looking for the best yield. And I've actually talked to a couple of, I guess my friends, I should say, about this. About where's the best place to get the highest APY right now on our USDT and on our crypto. Because right now, I'm so indecisive that I'm keeping the crypto I have. I'm keeping the stablecoins that I have. I'm not really buying the dip too crazy. I bought a little bit. As I said before, like yesterday, I bought a little bit. Right now, I'm not really doing too much. I'm waiting for the big crash, basically. And instead of taking profit because we're in a really strange situation, instead of taking profit because we're in such a quote-unquote negative short-term situation, but instead of buying because we're in a really good dipping opportunity, I'm staying neutral, if you guys get my drift. Right now, some of my friends are saying we're going to go to the freaking moon. Some of them are saying, nope, it's really all over. Prepare for a big bear market. I'm saying, nope. I still believe the bull run is on. I still believe we're going to get some crazy price action. I still believe that almost nothing that's happening right now in terms of price is making sense. We can't keep drawing triangles as long as we freaking want, but it's not going to matter for for the bigger part of things. I honestly believe we just gotta discover some new higher highs, or at least make a low. But this weekly is just gonna basically decide everything. I just wanted to quickly get that out of the way, because those are my thoughts about the general market and whatnot. And I told you all, no BS, no beating around the bush. This is just my honest thoughts about things. Now, Benjamin Cohen said this is the level to watch, I suppose, for Bitcoin. The level is 41.7K. I guess you can say that's the truth. It's about here in the middle. Yeah, I guess it's been relevant multiple different times in the past. Right now, however, did we bounce off that nicely here? Let's quickly check it out to actually see how accurate that would be. Right now, bounced off of about 41.5-ish. No, it's not completely too relevant. It's a couple $100 on the side, but okay. Liquidations are also not that severe. A couple of days ago, it was way worse. Right now, it's still pretty high, but not as severe as the sell-off a couple of days ago. Fear, however, is also not doing too good. And I think once more, guys, it's because it's like exponential, you know? It's like fear on top of fear on top of fear. Generally speaking, crypto crash is not because of some country shutting down the internet or whatever, that type of stuff, that some countries are trying to ban the mining. Of course not. People don't react in that type of fashion due to some rules like that. It is just fear from the stock market. And remember, if ever you're worried, make sure you understand we can always go back to McDonald's. That's my little thoughts right now. In regards to XRP, by the way, yeah, I mean, XP is actually in a way better spot than Bitcoin is. We talked about this before, where the XP price didn't actually fall as much. Like right now, we're getting a little bit lower, okay? But it really, over longer periods of time, hasn't done as bad as Bitcoin has. It's really just now that we've also fallen below our previous levels. But generally speaking, we're not even close to our July levels. We're not really close to any of the prior seen stuff. Whereas to Bitcoin, I'm not actually sure how close we are to July levels. Let's quickly check this out. Okay, luckily we're also not close to July. It was also $30,000. But I guess for Bitcoin, it's also just so different to kind of explain this, because with XRP, obviously we have this lingering threat of the lawsuit. We have this constant downwards pressure that we shouldn't, theoretically speaking, have with Bitcoin. So I kind of think XRP should always move a little bit better than Bitcoin does. Then again, what we are seeing right now, it's nothing too special. I guess you can also see that on a daily, we are making lower lows right now. Let's see on the weekly, just to quickly check how this looks. On a weekly perspective, again, as we kind of based on, we have to look at the July prices, basically. This whole September stuff for XRP really wasn't that big a deal, or for Bitcoin it was. For XRP, it's just about not going towards the 50, 60 cent range again to 57 cents. But as long as we keep buying at 77, this is our best spot, I think we're going to be good for longer term. This is just about finding the right place to buy at for the average price. As with XRP, we kind of have like almost certainty, not officially, but almost, that it would just go crazy, because we, of course, have this this lawsuit going on, as you guys already know. And once that fixes, I think the price will go crazy. All right, guys, that was it for right now. I have a lot of stuff to talk about, but it's like going to be split up into different videos. Also, still not, I don't know, the microphone, kind of forgot about it. There's a couple of little things that are not too perfect right now, but tomorrow I hope we're going to get back into the daily action, all perfectly fine. So look out for tomorrow's video.